With budget talks for 2018 underway, Social Cohesion Minister with responsibility for sport, Dr. George Norton, gave some insight into the budget for sport, especially with the successful year sport has had.
It certainly will, especially from the ministry's point of view. But it hasn't reached that bottleneck, which is the Ministry of Finance. So while we would, take everything into consideration, it all depends on Minister Jordan and his team, how favorable they look at us, and how well I can convince them not to go cutting.
Dr. Norton also noted that the success of the various teams throughout the year should play a role in sport receiving the required budget for 2018.
I can tell you it helps. There's no doubt about that. But there's some other aspect that we have on our side. With public health push for a change in lifestyle, proper diet, the banning of or control, the tobacco control bill, the non-communicable disease program, we certainly would have persons who would understand how important sports is to the nation. And we're using that to help us along with the whole idea of what sports does of promoting social cohesion and breaking down the barriers that exist in our society. I cannot help repeating the fact that we have got in athletics, and I say this, with no hesitation, that practically half of our population, for one reason or the other, is not involved in sporting activities or in particular sporting activities.
In addition, with the Olympics just 3 years away, Dr. Norton touched on the opportunities for associations to gain funding for development plans, as the government has been asking for since the end of 2012.
We can say specifically for athletes and boxing, efforts have already been put in place for that. And at the recent conference that we had with the Athletic Association, persons were looking in that direction, and also at the level of in the area of boxing as well. And just for that reason, persons have been identified and are kept in constant training by measures that were put in place by the different associations.
With a number of sport disciplines performing well during the year, and with Guyana probably having one of its best years, especially at the junior level, sport development will be key going forward to the new year. Tristan Joseph, News and Sport.